The Hollywood Hills, a symbol of glamour and dreams, are now a scene of unimaginable devastation. A raging inferno consumes everything in its path. Flames leap hundreds of feet into the air, turning the night sky a terrifying orange. The iconic Hollywood sign is barely visible through a thick haze of smoke. This is not a movie set. This is a real-life disaster unfolding in the heart of Hollywood. The air is thick with smoke and the smell of burning wood. The sound of sirens pierces the air as firefighters from across Southern California battle tirelessly to contain the blaze. But the fire, fueled by strong Santa Ana winds and months of drought, is relentless. It leaps from hillside to hillside, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. This is not the first time fire has ravaged the Hollywood Hills. The Hollywood Hills, with their dry brush and steep canyons, have always been vulnerable to wildfires. For decades, residents have lived with the knowledge that their homes and businesses could be consumed by flames in an instant. But as climate change fuels more extreme weather events, the threat of wildfires has become more frequent and more severe. In 1961, the Bel Air firestorm ripped through the neighborhood, destroying over 500 homes and causing hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. The fire, which burned for 3 days, was one of the most destructive in California history at the time. In the decades since, there have been numerous other fires that have scorched the Hollywood Hills, including the 2018 Woolsey Fire, which burned nearly 100,000 acres and forced the evacuation of thousands of residents. Each fire has left its mark on the landscape and the psyche of those who live there. These past fires serve as a stark reminder of the destructive power of nature and the importance of being prepared. But they also highlight the growing threat of climate change. As temperatures rise and droughts become more common, wildfires are only going to become more frequent and more intense. The current wildfire, which began on January 8, 2025, has already consumed thousands of acres and forced the evacuation of over 100,000 people. The fire, which is being fueled by record-breaking temperatures and months of drought, has been particularly destructive in the Hollywood Hills. The fire is spreading rapidly, driven by strong Santa Ana winds. These dry, hot winds, which blow westward from the desert, can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour. They create ideal conditions for wildfires, fanning the flames and carrying embers for miles. The fire has already destroyed hundreds of homes, including those of celebrities and entertainment industry executives. Iconic landmarks, such as the Hollywood Bowl and the Griffith Observatory, are also threatened. The economic impact of the fire is expected to be significant. Film and television productions have been halted, costing the industry millions of dollars per day. Tourism, a major driver of the local economy, has also been impacted, with hotels and restaurants forced to close. Behind the staggering statistics are countless stories of loss and heartbreak. Families have been torn apart, their homes and possessions reduced to ashes. Firefighters, working tirelessly in grueling conditions, are risking their lives to save others. One resident, a single mother of 2, described how she fled her home with only the clothes on her back as flames approached. She and her children are now staying in a shelter, uncertain of when they will be able to return home or what they will find when they do. Another resident, a retired firefighter, lost his home of over 50 years to the blaze. He and his wife escaped with only their lives. "We lost everything," he said, his voice cracking with emotion. "But we're alive, that's all that matters." The emotional toll of the fire will be felt long after the flames have been extinguished. The trauma of losing a home, a business, or a loved one can have lasting effects. It is essential that those affected by the fire have access to mental health services and support. While wildfires are a natural part of the California ecosystem, experts say that climate change is making them more frequent and more severe. Rising temperatures, prolonged droughts, and changes in weather patterns are creating ideal conditions for wildfires to ignite and spread. California has experienced its worst drought in recorded history in recent years. The lack of rainfall has created tinderbox conditions, with dry brush and vegetation serving as fuel for wildfires. The drought has also weakened trees, making them more susceptible to disease and fire. Climate change is also contributing to more extreme weather events, such as the Santa Ana winds that are fueling the current fire. These winds, which are becoming more frequent and more intense, can quickly turn a small fire into a raging inferno. The combination of climate change, drought, and human activity is creating a perfect storm for wildfires in California. As the state's population continues to grow and more people move into wildland-urban interface areas, the risk of catastrophic wildfires will only increase. As the fires continue to burn, the people of Hollywood are beginning the long and difficult process of rebuilding their lives. The outpouring of support from across the country has been overwhelming. Donations of food, water, clothing, and money have been pouring in. The entertainment industry has also rallied around those affected by the fire, with celebrities donating millions of dollars to relief efforts and using their platforms to raise awareness. Studios and production companies have pledged to help rebuild homes and businesses destroyed in the blaze. The road to recovery will be long and arduous, but the people of Hollywood are resilient. They have faced adversity before, and they will rise from the ashes of this tragedy stronger than ever. In the aftermath of this disaster, there is hope. Hope that the community will come together to support those in need. Hope that lessons will be learned about the importance of fire prevention and preparedness. And hope that we can address the root causes of climate change to prevent future tragedies like this from happening again.